Hi, this is Jonathan Rosen here, the Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week, Torah and Psychology post, Parshas Balak, we're going to look at the role of Bilam, that we know from the Psukim that Bilam, as a prophet for the non-Jewish nations, he served a lahavdil, from Moshe Rabbeinu, he served a role of being able to give guidance, of being able to be a role of leadership through prophecy. And it's interesting how his role and the function that he played is presented in the Psukim, and we can interpret this psychologically with a beautiful message of how to understand the role of a therapist. So if we look at the pasuk, when it says about how the kings would come to consult with Bilam and that he was in a place called Ptura, Rashi says that Ptura is not just a place, but in Aramaic it means a table, shulchan, which Rashi links to the profession, the role of a shulchani, a money exchanger. And we can ask, why in particular, when we're looking at the role of Bilam, and this interaction of people coming to consult with and to seek guidance and to consult with Bilam, how is that connected to the role of a shulchani, a money exchanger? So we can explain this, and it really gives an insight into the humanistic understanding or conceptualization of therapy. Because a shulchani, what happens is that with a money exchanger, people have money, they have the money in their hands, but they can't use it. The coins aren't the right currency, maybe they're too big and they need to exchange it for smaller coins. So they take something which is actually in its current state inaccessible, it's not useful to them, they can't use it, don't know how to use it, it doesn't actually provide them with anything productive in their life. They have something that they just don't know how to access. They go to a shulchani, and through this interaction and through this function, the shulchani, the money exchanger, helps and facilitates in being able to change what the person has into something which is now accessible, gives them smaller coins, gives them change, gives them the currency that actually they can use to buy things. So what they're not actually going to the money exchanger to receive something new, or to undergo some dramatic change from what they already have. The problem is that a person doesn't have the ability, doesn't know how to use what they have. They can't use the money. So if we change money, and we change the shulchan, if we exchange the word money and exchange the word shulchani for skills and tools and personality traits and talents and ambitions, if we change that to the therapist, what the role is in this interaction and the function, that the person, if we look at the humanistic perspective, the humanistic view of psychology and therapy is that we believe in the intrinsic self-directive of the individual. They know what is best for them. They're able to go forward and achieve their goals, and really they already have the necessary, in a sense, tools. They have the toolbox, in a sense, to be able to be successful. The intrinsic within every person is this desire and ability, also the ability and potential to grow and to be successful. And there is in a sense, everyone is hardwired. The humanistic perspective says that everybody is hardwired for fulfilling one's potential, for self-actualization. But sometimes what happens is a person doesn't know how to actualize his potential, is not able to use the tools that they have. They don't know how to. It's inaccessible. It's currency that is not useful to them. They don't know how to use it. It's an amount of money. It's talents and skills that they just don't know how to translate that into their life. So they go to a therapist, like a shulchani. The humanistic perspective is that they don't give them anything new necessarily. They're not giving them something which they don't already have. They're just showing them and giving them direction and clarity of how to break down, how to actually turn their goals into something which is realistic, something which they can actually obtain, something which becomes clearer to them. The role of a shulchani, the role of a therapist, is to change this into, to actually provide a way of turning it into something accessible. So when we look at this, the interaction of going to Bilam as a shulchani, you could say, in terms of that function, and a therapist, is that a person has the currency, they have the coins, they have the potential. What the therapist can do is just help to direct them and turn it into something that is now accessible to them. Have a good Shabbos and keep well.